Hey, howdy, hey, it's Faith Talk Live. I'm Rick Probst.
And I'm Dan Ratcliffe.
Yeah, if you're watching Facebook Live or YouTube Live, they're on the phone with the sunglasses on. That is comedian, wife, mother, and conspiracist Jen O'Brien.
She on with her agent or what?
Yeah, let me let you go. Yeah, I'm going live with the two funniest guys in radio. Okay, we'll talk at you later. Yeah. Oh, guys, whoa, hey, hello.
Well, look at you, Hollywood.
Yeah, I mean, the dry bar came out yesterday. It's been nonstop, guys. Hold on just a minute. Yep. And let me just sign this real quick. I mean, autographs. I mean, I can't even go Krogering anymore, you know?
Really? Yeah, it's
So
that
without
bad.
somebody recognizing. Yeah.
You can't even go Krogering anymore.
I took out a small loan to get some eggs this morning, and I mean, they were just bum rushing me. And
hey, at least you can afford them.
Right? Hey, are you kidding me?
Yeah.
Anyway.
So for the next dry bar comedy, I mean, you would have to record it now and then the 2 years until it comes out. But if you mentioned the funniest guys in radio, it may get us somewhere.
It might.
Let's do it. Come on, you guys are cracking me up every time. I mean, you guys got the zingers, always flying. I know you got rid of your bell, Rick, years ago.
Oh yeah,
there you go.
I've got one if you want to borrow it.
That's got a nice tone to it. Actually, I'm trying to see. I had two bells. We had our third banana, Tiana Bogino, years ago. She bought me one. It kind of had a where'd she get that, Dan? Disney?
She got that from Disney World, from the
Pirates thing, was it?
Yeah, the Tower of Terror. Yeah, it was the
Tower of Terror had a bell.
It didn't quite have the ring to it as the one I bought at the Office Depot, wherever I got the other one. But,
yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, but
so
I'm
not all created equal, is what you're saying.
No,
they're
the
not.
Disney one kind of went clunk.
Well, that explains Disney right there. Do we want to go ahead and just get started on Disney, or do we want to talk about other things?
No, let's talk
I've got lots of things.
Jen's got some beef, it sounds like.
Yeah.
Wow.
Hey, Jen O'Brien, comedian, wife, mother, and as I mentioned, conspiracist. How did you like that intro? Wasn't that was?
Yeah, I love that. Well, listen, I give spoiler alerts is what I do. And I'm actually looking for some new conspiracies. So if you guys know any, because all the other ones came true and I'm running out.
What about the Chinese balloon? You got one
I know.
Yeah. What about it?
What about it? I mean, that's, to me, it's like, why did they want us to see that? But I don't even think they would have mentioned it had some kids or some people in Montana not say, hey, what is this thing?
Yeah.
They were just letting it do its thing. They knew it was there. There's a lot going on, guys.
You have a great point in that they wanted us to see.
Why did they want us to look at it so bad? There's something going on. You have to ask the questions, why do they want us to look at this when there's a bunch of other things that they don't want us to look at? To me, it's, what are they passing through Congress that weekend? I mean, there's a lot of things that are going on while we're looking at a balloon.
Yeah. And then we're shooting it down with a, missile from a F-16 fighter.
I mean, come on. If the last 3 years, if you're not a little bit suspicious about everything that is given to us, then I'm like, where have you been for 3 years? I mean, come on. We all have a little bit of, we should, if we haven't, right?
Yeah.
Come on.
Now, what I'm suspicious about, Jen, is what is that hairy thing in the back of your room?
That's my these are like my characters. That's like a wardrobe thing.
You know what I thought that was when you first came on?
Mm-hmm.
I thought that was a child in the corner.
Yeah,
my house is haunted, but
every once in a while,
it's just a child. Don't make eye contact, or she'll come to your house. But no,
my house is haunted.
Yeah, no, it does look kind of weird there, doesn't it? I think I just need to throw people off. Like, don't ever try to come into my house. You don't know what you're gonna get. So,
yikes.
Well, I suspect that once this dry bar comedy thing has been out for some time, that your studio will, it'll be unbelievable. It'll be off the chain. So let's talk about this dry bar. It's been a couple of years.
Yeah.
Do you actually remember the jokes you told then, or will this remind you?
I do remember pretty much everything that I said. So it was really a great opportunity. About April 2nd of 2021, they flew me out to Provo, Utah. And dry
of all
bar,
the places they could have it, it's in Provo, Utah.
Yeah. And I almost became Mormon while I was out there. I don't know. Almost. I didn't. And it was tempting. And I was like, I really want to ride a bike. And no, but they're so nice. I mean, let me tell you, they were the nicest people. You walk in and they treated you like so nicely. It was a bunch of young people running the show. I'm like, what is this? You know, it was like a Chick-fil-A drive-through. But with Mormons. And they were very nice. They were like, can we get you anything? They had like, it's a dry bar, right? So there's no alcohol. But they offer you like sodas, candy, and then you get to order a meal of choice from one of the local restaurants. But they were just really nice. Very nice people, very encouraging. You filmed I got to do my set twice.
Mm-hmm.
And then they kind of pick the best of. And yeah, it was fun. I got to be on Kevin Farley. Chris Farley's brother was with us that night. So he was filming a special. And then another comic, E.L. Smith, was also there. So there was 3 of us. And that's kind of how they do it. They've got a well-oiled machine. They do 3 comics on a Friday night and then 3 comics on a Saturday night. And they kind of have revamped how they do it. But for me, I got 25 minutes to do material.
That's great.
Only 16 minutes came out on the special. It was maybe all the conspiracy stuff. They were like, too much too soon. So I think that might have got cut out. I haven't even actually watched the whole thing through. So I've got to see. But yeah, but it was great. It was fun. And I hope to go back and do it again. If they'll have me back, they're probably like, she's a troublemaker. Let's not. And just, you know,
but everybody loves a troublemaker, Jen.
They do. Deep down, we all love a troublemaker. It just makes life more fun.
It does.
And yeah, so it's great. So it took a couple years, you know, I'll be honest, Kevin Farley, his special came out like later that year, but come on, he's Kevin Farley. So it's a business, right? So, you know, I don't, you know, fault them for like, get the people out that, you know, are going to get people coming to your website. But they have an app now, and you can go to the app, download the app and put it on your phone or on your, you know, however you stream on your television. And it's about $40 a year, but I got a promo code. I'm like Mike Lindell with promo codes now. And my promo code is Jennifer O'Brien. It's not like my Pello 30 or anything.
Yeah.
But it's just Jennifer O'Brien. And yeah, you just go on there and it'll get you 1 month free. So you could actually just download the app for a month, watch my special, and then get addicted to all the incredible clean comedians on there. It's a clean comedy app. So if you like stand-up comedy, but you want it to be clean, it's a great app. You can, you know, have kids over. I mean, you don't have to worry about too much crazy stuff coming through for the app. So it's great for people that really like stand-up, but don't want to have to like, oh, I shouldn't have laughed at that, but it was really funny. You know, that feeling. Mm-hmm. So you shouldn't have that problem with Dry Bar. So there you go. There's my plug.
Jennifer O'Brien, extremely funny lady, the Dry Bar Comedy. As she just mentioned, download the app or however you stream your movies. And the promo code is Jennifer O'Brien.
Yeah.
And there it's on the screen, BRIEN.
Ian, not A-N.
Not A-N. And we do know the troublemaker of the family is not Jennifer. It's
oh, come on, let's talk about her. She's not on here today.
Shall we? Yeah. Come on.
Let's talk about Robin. Let's do it. Let's do it. I you know, I'm writing a book right now, and I'm realizing every time I really got in some serious trouble, I'm like, how is Robin there, but not in trouble? I'm the one in trouble. You know, so we're going to have a talk, her and I.
So she was the instigator and you were okay, I'll do that.
I went for it. I was like, okay, that's a great idea. I think I'll just go for it. And
Hey, Jen, if you're okay with it, and Dan, if we can do this, let's keep her for another segment. Let's take just a little reset here. Jennifer O'Brien, extraordinary funny lady, comedian, wife, mother, and conspiracist. Maybe we'll get more into conspiracy here.
Let's talk, man. I'm ready to get. I'm always ready for a deep dive. The only conspiracy is that Jennifer's actually Joan Peterson. It's true. It's true.
We may do that in a few. As she mentioned earlier, you can get the app for Dry Comedy, Dry Bar Comedy, and the promo code is Jennifer O'Brien. Check it out. It is out, and she is very, very, very funny. Hey, it's Rick and Dan, and we love having Jen O'Brien. I remember, in fact, from time to time, Jen, I'll go back and look at the old Faith Talk Lives in the studio when you and Robin both showed up.
COVID,
and it makes me scream. It was so awesome how you guys would flow with us. You did that so well. I miss those days, but I'm glad you guys are doing well, and I'm so excited about the Dry Bar Comedy. You mentioned about Chris Farley's brother. I did see that one last year. It did pop up. I saw probably the clip, not the entire show, but he's very funny. And there's a guy, and I know his last name is Smiley, but I don't remember his first name.
Smiley.
Is it Bob Smiley?
Oh, Bob Smiley. Yeah.
Oh my gosh.
He's funny.
He had me in stitches.
He's got great energy.
What a great bunch of comics, and the people they have on there. I think Brian Regan's brother is on there.
Dennis.
As well. Dennis.
Yeah.
But anyway, let's talk a little bit about the Dry Bar. Now, you did it 2 years ago.
Yeah.
And I mean, that's the thing. It takes a while to process and edit, et cetera, et cetera.
Yeah.
Your humor. Now, when you're with us, we talk about stuff that's going on now. When we're playing it now, I mean, it's live now, so it works. So, but you don't, when you're doing your set, you don't do anything that's dated or has an expiration date, do you? Or how do you work that out?
Yeah, like you got to be careful. I've kind of maybe learned a valuable lesson. When you film a special, try to do evergreen material, meaning if it takes a couple years to come out, that it's still gonna work, because I did some stuff about, I still do a lot of stuff about being a full-time conspiracy theorist, as a joke. But, sometimes that gets a bad rap. People are like, oh, can't talk about that now. But I don't know, watch it be in there. I haven't even finished watching it. But you've got to be there. There's just things I've learned. You're always learning. You guys, I'm sure, know that feeling. You're always learning something, because it's always changing, this industry and how we market ourselves and what we put out. I mean, you guys are basically virtual now.
Yeah.
And, we're having to shift there, so I think it's just constantly being willing to shift until we get so old. And then we're just like, forget it, and then you just let, all that pass you up, and you survive the latter years. Just, that's what retirement's for, and old folks homes in Florida. But I'm not quite there yet. So it's a constant shifting, but I personally like being able to produce content out of my house. This is like, I could do this all day long.
Hence the green screen back there.
Yeah, there's my green screen. That's where I do all my TikToks and my little short videos with my characters.
Look at you on the TikTok.
I'm on the TikTok. I'm like, let me just go ahead and give China all my information. They get enough of my DNA with the COVID testing. So I'm like, let me give them some facial stuff as well, and let them.
Well, that's why the balloon was here. They were looking for you.
Yeah, they were looking for me. They were looking for the show. They had heard. Yeah.
This is how I know. I know that they know, and No, it's true though. I know too much. You know what I mean? Maybe that'll be my next special. I know too much. And
I think it's a great name for
that. I mean,
that is a great name for the next show. I know too much. Jennifer O'Brien, check out her comedy special, Dry Bar Comedy Special. It is out. Get the app, promo code Jennifer O'Brien. Now, when you go back, you said you have not seen the completed piece, which is about 16 minutes. But when you do, or when you look back at anything you do or say, or do you pretty much critique yourself? Are you bad about that? Like for me, I don't like to go back and necessarily and listen to the stuff that I've done. Now with Dan and I and with guests, there'll be some redeeming qualities in there, which I enjoy, but I'm very hard on myself. Are you hard on yourself?
Oh, it's terrible. Yeah. I mean, that's part of the reason I started to watch it and I just couldn't finish watching it. I was like, so that's always fun. And then I'm like, let me just, but I'm not always like that. There are times I can watch myself and be like, okay, because you got to learn, you got to be like, that didn't fly. Why don't we pull that back in? Say it this way, not that way. But But I don't like that part of being a performer or an entertainer where you have to kind of watch yourself and learn from like what you did wrong. And I'm, like I said, I'm always learning. And I wish I'd finally just hit a place where I would never have to learn again. But God keeps me humble. And and they're just stuff that I'm like, that didn't work. I'll be at a show, a live show. And, I still have my moments where I'm like, oh gosh, why did I say that joke? And shouldn't have said that. And, and I said it anyway. I mean, within the realms of I'm keeping it clean still, but
sure.
Yeah, there's still stuff that I'm like, okay, well, you know what? God just keeps kind of like reminding me there's still things to learn. But yeah, I mean, I don't know. I guess that's part of, God just kind of working on all of us. I mean, we never get to a point where it's like, oh my gosh, I've arrived. I just, and I think that's where pride comes before the fall. It's like, bye, enjoy the
if
way
you get
down.
to that point, then there's a problem.
Yeah.
So no, it's constant, and it's humbling, keeps you humble. Life keeps you humble. I mean, I don't know if that's just Christians that God just loves us enough to say, yep, okay, I'll let you have a little bit of this, but remember who gets the glory. And God is not interested in competing for glory. I mean, it either is all for God or it's not. So
that's good.
He's always kind of reminding me of those things. And, there's times I'm like, God, I don't even need to do this. I don't necessarily what I was so thirsty for. Let's be honest, back when I was a young comedian, I just wanted, I needed so badly, recognition or pats on the back or affirmations and, accolades, all these things that just kind of validated me. And, you get old enough and you get, humbled enough and you're like, okay, I don't really want that. And I think God just keeps me in check that way to always make sure that I'm not going after the wrong things. And,
that's good. And also, like when, watching the show, when you walked out on stage and you tripped and fell and, broke your glasses. I mean, that keeps you humble too, right?
Always. You're doing a set and you're like, oh, did spit just fly out?
Oh, I got a booger on my nose. Oh, okay.
I couldn't get that last word out. I was like, that's always fun. Good. So, he has his ways. And what do? You just gotta keep rolling with the punches. But
Jennifer O'Brien, funny lady, comedian, wife, mother, and conspiracist. All right. We did talk about the balloon. What else? No pun intended. What else is on your radar?
Guys, I mean, I could just talk hours about Joe Biden's earlobes. Have you guys just done a deep dive on his earlobes? I mean, are we talking about the same guy? I mean, what is going on here? Like, who is this guy? So I did get kicked off of YouTube. I did. Like my channel.
Congratulations.
That was disappointing. Actually, I didn't expect it, and had like 7 years of all my stand-up and a lot of good content. And I guess it's disinformation. I guess it's I was just like throwing out some spoiler alerts, and they're like, yeah, you can't do that. So I learned my lesson.
Information.
I know, right? It's like we can't even have a conversation. What has happened to us, guys? I don't know. I don't know what's happening, but I'm on Rumble. I don't know if you guys put anything on Rumble. I know you guys keep it pretty much about some main things. You gotta keep the main thing. And I get that, a lot of these little detours that I take aren't the main thing, but they're very interesting, and it doesn't hurt to kind of really be awake to what's going on.
They make you think for sure.
Yeah. And some of us just like to do deep dives on Telegram. I mean, can you blame a sister? I just want to know what's going on with those earlobes and Joe Biden. That's all. I mean, now that I've said it, you got to go do you got to go do a little search.
Yeah, I'm going to Google his earlobes. And I want to know, why are eggs so expensive, Jen? Come on, tell me the truth.
Well, you want to really go down that rabbit hole about the feed, about them giving us feed that doesn't allow the chickens to produce the eggs, and all the food shortages that we're experiencing because they attacked all the food supply plants. I mean, were you guys watching that back last year? All the planes that crashed into the food. I mean, it all seems by design, a lot of what we're seeing. And once you know how they play their hand, you're like, okay, well, but I just press in with God. I keep the main thing because, I think we're in an hour where our faith is so important. And remembering that, Satan wants to divide. That's how he really wants to keep us. Oh, you're a Republican, I'm a Democrat. You're this, I'm that. And we have to keep the main thing. And that's where I just kind of had to land and stay where, I don't want to ever put stuff out that people are like, can't hear the truth, the message about Jesus, because I'm so putting content out there that could possibly take some people out. And, so you got to be careful what you put out and what could make somebody stumble who's not ready for that. But the main thing is, hey, guys, let's dig into our faith. I mean, I just feel like these last 3 years, we switched churches recently, and I'm grateful for all my Christian friends in my life. But I feel like Holy Spirit is really, we really need to understand who Holy Spirit is in our lives. And he's the wonderful counselor. He lives on the inside of us. And I think that there's so much disinformation, real misinformation, that if we don't have God's Spirit helping us to kind of pull back when we need to pull back, or move forward when we need to move forward, I think it can be a really confusing time. And I think that churches, if they're not really talking about what's going on in our culture and what we're seeing, and they're trying to just brush it under the rug, like all is normal, let's just get back to normal. It's like, I just think this is an opportunity for revival in our nation, and we need it. So
we do.
Yeah.
I'm just more pressed into that more than ever, and trying to keep that the main thing right now, and make sure I'm not putting things out that people will reject, because guys, it's for reals out there. I mean, right? I mean, I don't know what you guys stand with all that.
Yeah, it is. You're right. Hey, we got to take a break. Jennifer O'Brien, comedy.com. Great place to go to. Don't forget, download the Dry Comedy Bar app and promo code Jennifer O'Brien. That's OBRIEN, not A there.
Right.
Look at her spelling with ASL there. Look at that.
Oh, IE or RIEN. I mean, you guys, the talent dripping off me.
Wow.
That's word there.
Yeah.
Okay.
I can sign
we should do a show just with that. Just you responding like that.
Yeah.
Yes.
She said.
I know a little. I remember we had this deaf girl work for us at a restaurant I was at, and I was like, oh, I can speak. And all I could do is I was like, oh, and then I got in front of her and I'm like spelling every word. She's probably like, you actually don't know signs. You just know the alphabet.
All I know is from BBS, like waves of mercy, waves of grace, and face, and Lord. And
Lord. Yeah, there it is. And wait, is this God? No, this is love. Yeah. I mean, it's cool.
Thank you. That's all I know. So
Thank you. Thank you for that. Cause I have no clue what you just did there. I'm totally, but that's okay.
Don't start cursing in Italian. That's a whole nother. Yeah, watch those hands, Dan. Watch those hands. It can get dangerous. So,
Jennifer O'Brien, always a great guest. Hey, we got to get you back in a couple of months, and you can give us an update on what you've heard from it being out for so long. Dry Bar Comedy, it is out. Check it out, the Dry Bar Comedy app, or wherever you get your stuff, your movies and stuff. Promo code Jennifer O'Brien. We've got to take a break. We'll be right back. I'm Rick Probst.
And I'm Dan Ratcliffe.
This is Faith Talk Live.